back to my channel, PlumFiggy. This is Tammy, and today I've got my 2019 December daily final flip through ready for you. The last of December kind of got away with me a little bit this last weekend. Sorry for the delay on this. I meant to get it out to you a couple days ago, but you know, life happens sometimes and just got a little bit busy. But alright, so as you can see, I've added just a little something to the front of the book. I had been debating whether or not to use the original sleeve of the book or part of it, and in the end I decided no, I'd rather do this. So this was done with some Tim Holtz foam stamps, the script font, and then I had made a bunch of stars from book pages that I then gessoed and then sewed together a couple of layers last year, and so this was just one of those that was left over, and then I added a snowflake bit of ephemera to that. On the spine we've got a bunch of really cool vintage buttons from my stash, and yeah, just kind of picked out Christmassy colors. I think I put a few more on here than I probably needed to, but at this point I'm not taking it apart. So this is the way it's going to be, and I love it. The back side is blank, and you know what, guys, this thing is humongous. I don't know if I ever showed you the actual dimensions. The front is a little over 9 1/4 wide. Typically that's the height of a book. And then the height is about 11 1/4, and I think the spine is like 2 3/4, something like that. 2 1/2, no, 2 3/4 wide. So this thing's a big girl. Yep, she's a little bit hefty. For the closure, I just took some of this same fabric that I'd used on the spine here and then kind of throughout the journal, and just took a piece of that and ripped it, and then I just sewed around the perimeter in that same green thread that I have been using, just so it would stop fraying at the ends, and just put those on in some eyelets and called that good. Alright, so on the inside, nothing really much has changed from what you've seen already, other than I did find this book plate and added that. This is something I found on, I don't think Pinterest, but I probably did a Google image search, and if I can remember where I found this, I'll put the link to it below. Probably I shouldn't have done that way, but it's for my personal use, so it's not like I'm selling this or anything. And then just put a bit of that vine ribbon trim on the bottom of there. This you guys have seen. If you haven't been following my December daily, I started in the middle of the month. I didn't start until the 15th, so I didn't do all of the prompts, journaling prompts, but I may go back and revisit some of this, although I don't know, I'm kind of over it right now. But as I flip through here, there are still a lot of empty pages, and those are kind of reserved for some family photos and stuff from, I'm going to say, the last 5 or so years leading up to this year, and then from next year on. We'll see if I do another December daily or not. I really liked it, but it was a lot of work, so I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but for whatever reason, that's what I've decided for this one. So I'll be filling in pages as we go. So this is a prompt that I didn't film. Really, I didn't do much. This poinsettia thing is actually a sticker. So I just stuck it onto some tracing paper and then glued the whole thing down. It's just talking about a Christmas treat that I love. Anything. Peanut butter, chocolate, that kind of combination. I'm good. Here we had favorite favorite December colors. And I did a little bit of watercolor with this. And those were the 2 cards that I made for this little prompt. So let's put those back in. And these 2 stayed blank. Didn't do anything here. This page I did make kind of a big change too. I didn't really care for the design that was on the other side of this paper. So I first covered it with gesso, and I still didn't really love that. So I've had this. This was a gift bag, and I've had this for quite some time, and I just really like the look of it. Actually, it's on its side right here, but yeah, it's all right. This is the bow from the top of the gift bag, you know, the carrying handle. So I just turned it into a big pocket, and on the inside I added, this is the recipe for some corn pudding that my mom makes at pretty much every holiday. She's kind of required to bring this because it's so good. And this is our stuffing recipe. Sometimes if we don't have ham, we'll have turkey at Christmas, and gotta have that stuffing recipe. And then this is kind of a Midwest thing. If you are not familiar with Jell-O pretzel salad, and you like sweet and salty treats, you need to find this recipe and try it out because it is amazing. It's so good. So this is one of my favorites. So I'll add some journaling to this because this is actually one of the prompts in my go-to guide thing. I just didn't actually make it official and document it yet. All right, so moving on. Didn't really make any changes to these pages. Still blank, ready for family photos. On the actual book pages from the original book, I really didn't want to do much. I might go back and add some more collaging in some of the margins here and there, like I did here with this ribbon trim, and there's actually some shimmer spray on here. You might not be able to see. But I really wanted to keep these pages, for the most part, untouched. So that's what that is. Here is prompt from number 6, but this was reserved for Christmas Eve because the prompt said, take a picture of the inside of your church. So this is my church. This is how it was decorated for Advent, and then for Christmas Eve, and then now it's still decorated with, well, I think they took the poinsettias down this weekend, but with the nativity scene and the poinsettias and all that good stuff. So I spent my Christmas Eve at church this year, so I kind of dedicated this whole spread times 2, 3, 4 to that. This was the only thing that wasn't in the dedicated video for this one, and all it is that little poinsettia gift tag. I'm going to add some more journaling about the actual nativity scene, where it's been, who donated it to the church and all that good stuff, a little bit of history on that. And then behind here I just nothing really interesting other than I put the journaling prompt on the back side of this, and then I added what my church name is and where it's located, just for, you know, future purposes. If I ever forget for some reason, I'll have that documented. So here I added this button. It's a Tim Holtz button, and I just added it with the safety pin. I love how that looks. It's really pretty. Here, again, still reserved for family photos, but this was digital that I had downloaded and then never got around to printing off until after Christmas. So I'll do some journaling on here, probably about family stuff or whatever pictures I choose to put here. I'll go ahead and include the link to this download on Etsy, this digital on Etsy, in the description below if you're interested. It's so gorgeous. But all I did was I took 2 spreads and glued them back to back. So yeah, nothing special there, but just did that. All right, so I'm gonna flip through kind of quickly just because this book is so large. There's so much in it. Tim Holtz paper. This was from Reflection, or Michael's brand, 6x6 paper pad from, I want to say 2 years ago now. I just turned them into tuck spots, and I'll add something into those at some point. Got some lacy bits on the edges. Nothing added to here new that you haven't seen, other than this gorgeous card that I found from a friend of mine that made this 2 years ago for me. So I just tucked this into this pocket here, and I'll probably take this is just from a 6x6 paper pad, and I'll probably take the back to kind of journal a little bit about that. Yeah, nothing added to this. This is just some more Tim Holtz paper that I cut into like a tag shape. And I'll finish that tag at some point. But then in here I've just got some blank bits of coffee dyed paper. And then this is some gift tissue that I covered or added some gesso to on this side. And then on the back side I just glued some more coffee dyed paper to the back of it to sturdy it up a little bit and have more journaling space. Some Edith Holden in here, some more of that Tim Holtz. Here we have this little journaling prompt that was, what are you proud of this year? Number 2. I will probably still go back and change this heading. I don't love the way that ended up, but for right now it's okay. And if it doesn't change, that's okay too, I guess. This was the first spread that I did in this series, and if you want to go watch that video, I'll have a link to this series. I went ahead and just kept in my Christmas journals playlist, so I'll link to that in the description as well. Here is from that same card as the Mary and Jesus. I just journaled on the back for number 28. How do I spread Christmas cheer? I didn't film that one. There was really nothing to it. I just wrote about it. That was something for me I don't think I've ever really thought about much. And it was kind of a light bulb. Well, why don't I think about that? Because I need to. It's not all about me, right? You know, it's about what you're giving and doing for others at this time of year and all throughout the year. Added a couple of little dangles. This is Tim Holtz pine cone, and then just a red glass bead on this one. And so, yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot to say. I guess as part of my defense, I don't know. I am so busy, but who isn't at this time of year? Nothing changed here. This is still ready for pictures and some journaling, and I just collaged on the bottom of this envelope, and then tucked in here is just a card ready for something to be added to it. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I wrote about that. Definitely will think more about that, you know, in future Christmas seasons, holiday seasons. Alright, so this page was journaling prompt number 6, which basically said, tell us about a fond memory of the past year. And I didn't really intend for this to be designated for that prompt, but it ended up that way. I was just talking about, this is my backyard, and this is from a few years ago when it had snowed, right after it snowed a few inches here, and I just was so pretty, so I took a picture of it. This is the tree in my front yard, and I'm obviously taking the picture from my second floor, but all I did was add this to the back of that, and then added this picture of a cardinal and some other stuff on this one. But yeah, I was just talking about how I have a family of cardinals that kind of come back every year, and this tree right here is has fruit on it, and so they'll come and eat the leftover fruit that is still in the tree throughout the winter and all that good stuff. So alright, so this spread here was about 3 words if I could summarize this year in 3 words, which would you use and why? And so, kind of did a green collaged background. My 3 words were learn, persevere, perseverance, and grace. And kind of just talked a little bit about that. And if you want to learn more about that, you can watch that video. Here's another one of the pages from that digital kit. And really, I didn't do anything much yet. Just got it ready for some journaling. Basically just backed it with some craft paper and added it as a tip in here on this little page. So I said I was going to hurry. All right, this page ended up being 2 pockets. This one's really big, and then this one has this card in it, and pretty much just took the back of the card off and added some scrapbooking paper, gessoed it, and journaled on there. How have I changed since the beginning of the year? And how have I changed? Oh, I feel healthier and calmer. And then professionally, I feel like I've grown a lot as well, because at the beginning of last year, well, actually at the end of last year, in December of 2018, I started a new position at my job, and it's just been a lot of learning curves throughout the year with that job. So this was for December morning, and I chose to take some pages from this book that I had found at a thrift store, and I chose just a couple pages from it, and there's a couple left, and turned that into kind of a smaller booklet, and just kind of made that the feature, and added this lace pocket to the page. It's really pretty. Here is another little charm. This is just another red glass bead, and then I added the beads to the ends of it and stuck it on the little clothespin. So, all right, this one I really have struggled with. I want to put something here, but I don't know what. There's just a lot going on. And then this one's so simple, but I just love how it looks in relation to the photo against it. So yeah, so that'll be reserved for something else. Here is a page that I did of snowflakes for December 26th. And then on the other side, we have some journaling about my favorite holiday movie. And of course, I can't have just one. I have A Christmas Story, Elf, and Love Actually are probably my 3 favorite. This page didn't do a whole lot too, other than this. I had pre-collaged on it in preparation for December Daily. Added this little tag, added this metal ornament, and it is glued down, and then just added this, and I had just collaged on the back and wrote on that. This was from a gift bag. I literally just took the Christmas tree off the gift bag, pasted it onto here as a pocket, and then this is from the side of the gift bag. Already had this crease, so I just kept that, added the tag and the little remembrance of things to come. And this is just talking about family traditions. So just kind of talked about Christmas Eve and Christmas Day traditions that my family has there. All right, nothing changed on those pages. Nothing on this page. This is just from a card. And I just took the back off of it again and rounded the corners. This page is dedicated to my kitty cat. And here she is, because she's just so cute. Her name is Bella. She likes to hang out on her chair like this. This is pretty typical. She flaps one leg over each side and just kind of lays there. This is also pretty typical, laying on her back. But yeah, she's funny. So that's Bella. Still trying to get over this cold, you guys. It's never gonna go away. All right, All right, so this was the page where I had this card just kind of flopping around. Decided to put it in this see-through pocket and added my journaling to the inside of the card and the back, and then just added this fabric tab so I could pull it out with that, and then really just added the sticker and not a whole lot else. This page really hasn't changed. I haven't added any journaling or anything to it. It's really simple. It's just some paper, and then I put some of that gift tissue paper on the back, tucked back there. This is ready for journaling or pictures or whatever I decide to do. Again, this never got any journaling added to it. Just another 6x6 page. This is from a different gift bag, and then I backed it with some more of that scrapbooking paper. Trying to hurry here, guys. Alright, so nothing really changed on this page. This is journaling about songs that get me in the Christmas spirit. So my favorite Christmas songs. And I just featured them on this spread. And yeah, so here's some of my favorite Christmas songs. Again, nothing changed here. This is the front of a card. And then I took some Christmas music from a different songbook and added that added some craft paper to the back of that, and so that is ready for some journaling and photos as well. The spread ended up becoming, the prompt was take a picture of yourself. Do you have any thoughts? And so I wanted to make a gatefold, and I had that in my head. This page took forever because I just had so many problems, but in the end, I'm loving how it turned out. So, ended up making a journaling card out of this green. And I loved how the green and the teal and the black kind of all go together with the music paper and all that stuff. So here's a picture of me. This was literally, I turned the camera on myself, sitting here in my craft room, just doing my thing. Didn't even have any makeup on or anything. And I captioned it happy because I really don't usually like the way I look. And I love how these pictures turned out. So just wrote about that, and I'm gonna tuck that in there, and that's what this spread ended up being. And then on the back side is another entry for number 6, talking about a memory that I love from this last year. So on this page we have this really lovely quote saying, I don't know what you want to say, from Ralph Waldo Emerson. I can talk. It says, for each new morning with its light, for rest and shelter of the night, for health and food, for love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends. I just thought that was really fitting for this time of year, kind of ending one year, going into another year. My journaling has nothing to do with that. It's just talking about a game night that some girlfriends and I had recently. And then I kept this one pretty monotone as well, really with the creams and the blacks and browns. And I liked how these round things in this stone carving kind of mirror with the doily. It looks really cool. So yeah, I just added a little bit more collaging over here and some more stamping to kind of tie the pages together a little bit more. And then the rest of the book, I don't think has too much else in it. It's mostly just the book pages. And like I said, I'll go back and add some more collaging throughout. Here's another one of those pages from that digital kit that I told you about. I'll add some photos. This is another tag that I had made in preparation for the journal. Just some more collaging. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, this is another card. I really haven't even done anything with this yet either. So as you can see, it's just still the empty card. So I'll do something with all of this, and then at the back, another piece of that from the one gift bag, and another card that's ready for some more decoration. And yep, gonna fill all this up with family photos and whatnot. Here actually is the name of the digital kit, but like I said, I'll add a link to that in the description. So I've just got some other stuff left over for filling in the rest of this journal. This is the rest of that gift bag. Really pretty. And here's the end of the book. So that's it. December Daily 2019 is done, or at least it is for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little series, I guess. And some things that I learned through doing this is I like doing junk journal with me's. I'll be doing more of that with you guys through the rest of the year in my own journal. And yeah, so stay tuned for more videos like this. And another thing I learned was I loved having the pages unattached to the spine for doing the junk journaling. So I might offer some different options for the different kind of journaling styles that people might have. So if having a junk journal that has removable pages is interesting to you, let me know, because I will happily make journals like that. And if you still like having them sewn in, because you like to just write or just add a picture here and there and you don't really feel the need to take the pages in and out of the book, that's totally cool too, because I do that kind of journaling as well. But yeah, if you have an opinion on that, please let me know. Just leave a comment in the description and let's chat about it. So, all right, I got to get going. So I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you probably in a couple days, hopefully with some more journals added to my Etsy shop, or maybe another junk journal with me session. So, all right, bye guys.